Hello, Brick Dog here. Today I'm taking a look at the LEGO Star Wars The Mandalorian Trouble on Tatooine set, which has two minifigures, one figure, 276 pieces, and a retail price of $30 in the United States. So here's the reason I imagine a lot of people will pick this set up. It's Mando in his Beskar armor, and this looks absolutely phenomenal. You get really nice arm printing, and it's all very shiny. It just looks so good. I will say I think the helmet is a little bit light. It's a little lighter than what I think it is in the show, but I think this is the most accurate color LEGO has, so it's excusable. You do have his long sniper rifle, that's really cool. It's the same build as the one that comes in the Razor Crest and the AT-ST Raider. And he also has not a standard LEGO Star Wars blaster, but one of these blasters instead, which is pretty cool. No face printing underneath, which is interesting. Hopefully we see face printing with some of the sets that he's coming in the summer. You do have this shorter, thinner cape design in a dark gray, which is nice. It previously came in, I think, a black. Some more back torso printing, and yeah, this figure is just awesome. Just very well detailed. They could have not given him arm printing, but they gave him arm printing anyways. You can even see just that little insignia. Just really amazing figure. Very glad that they put him in a $30 set and didn't make him exclusive to like the $160 light cruiser. Just in a $30 set so a lot of people can get him. And yeah, awesome figure. Here's the Tuscan Raider, which is a pretty similar design. It's nothing too different from what we've been seeing since they introduced that new special head mold back in 2015. I do kind of wish that they had a tan cape, since that would be like the most accurate. So this is already a pretty accurate Tuscan Raider. Just add a tan cape, because they wear capes. I don't know. But you do have this build for his weapon, which is pretty cool. Might be a little different, might not be. You have these nice prints, and this is just a mold. It's not a special head, which is quite cool. It allows them to get some of the details that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get, like these parts sticking out at the top. It's a nice figure to get. He's not super common, but he does come in a lot of cheap sets as of late, so he's not like a super common figure, but it's always nice to get more Tuscan Raiders. But I do wish that he had a tan cape. That's the one thing I would change, is that he has a tan cape. That's the one thing I would like to see improved upon at some point, because they do wear capes. Finally, you have the Grogu figure. This is the cheapest set this figure comes in, with the other two being the buildable Grogu and the Razor Crest, so that's another reason why I think a lot of people pick this set up. If you're unfamiliar with how Grogu works, it's the baby base with a bit of printing, plus a special rubber head. Again, cool figure, and this is the cheapest set to have him. But I do have him in some other sets, so I don't think he's super special, because he's going to become a lot more common, but still really nice figure to get. So there's three builds for this set: the Tuscan Raider tent, the Ballista, I believe it is, and then the speeder bike. Let's take a look from left to right. We're going to start with the tent. I really like what they did with this tent. It's not a tent using a cloth piece, and they managed to get the general shaping of a tent using just plates, and works really well. There is some gaps, so I do kind of wish they used maybe longer pieces perhaps, so there wasn't these gaps, but still, tents sometimes do have gaps, so it's a bit understandable. And these are just attached very nicely using those pieces. I don't really know the specific name, but it's the type of pieces that can turn, and it all comes together very nicely to create the very nice shaping. You do have this little fireplace in the middle, which is a nice little build, as well as this pot off to the side that has a bone in it. Nothing super crazy going on with this, but it's the first time I believe we've gotten a Tuscan Raider tent, and I'm pretty happy with this. And you could probably buy two of these and easily modify it so it's one whole tent. You could probably just cut off this bit right here and get another one and just attach it there. But yeah, very happy with how this turned out. It's very well shaped, and it's a nice tent. It doesn't use a cloth piece, which is pretty cool. So here is the Ballista. I believe that's what it's called. Another really cool and solid design. They use some of these pieces to get the shaping down. These pieces are slightly bent down. And you just have this very nice, clean design. It's not something that we see a lot from LEGO. Now, you can't actually pull this back. They are set in place, but you do have a spring-loaded missile in a silver color, and you do get 2 of them in this set, and that's really nice. I believe that's the first time we've seen that piece in that color. If you don't know how these work, you can just push down here, and it comes out with some force. Not enough to really hurt someone unless you shoot them in the eye, but still, just load it back up there. And I will say, it creates a very good-looking illusion that it's being pulled back and like this is actually a bolt that you can fire. Very sturdy base. It's not really going to tip over because you have just a bunch of parts that help it stay down. It's not really going to tip over, really. You can have a minifigure hold it at the back, so you can have them fire at the crate dragon. Just have them hold this here and fire. It would have been cool if maybe as like a $60 set, they included the crate dragon, so you could buy those 2 sets and have them go against each other, but it's not a big deal. Not too much else going on with this. You also have this little part that can spin, so you can pretend you're pulling it back. Really cool build, not one we see too often from LEGO, and I'm happy with how it turned out. Here's Mando's speeder bike. Now, one of the only complaints I will say I have with this set is I kind of wish they included Cobb Vanth, just his speeder, and him, and just up the price to $40, because this is already a good value, because you get like 3 $10 builds for $30. That's already a good deal. So I think if it was $40 for 4 $10 builds, it would have been the best. But this is a cool build. You do have a little sack, as well as the baby holder piece, which you can use to place Baby Yoda or Grogu down, which is really cool. Now, there's also some clips on the side, so you can have Mando's weapons, and I think that's part of the reason why they chose this specific blaster, so it could clip on here. And then you can have Mando sit down here. His cape does have to get pushed to the back, which I'm not a huge fan of. You can angle the control bars in so he can grab them. And yeah, I don't really think it's designed for him to grab them. I think it's just maybe pretend that he has them, but still, good looking speed design. It's nothing revolutionary. It's not going to blow your mind, but I still like it. Do kind of wish the cape was a softer material, since if you have him on display for an extended period of time, that cape is really going to get bent and stay bent, because it's that harder material. So, bit of a shame there. I also do like how the baby holder and the backpack are attached, whether you use the stamp piece. Really nice part usage and an ingenious way to make sure the parts don't pop off. But yeah, that's about it for the builds of this set. Let's just take a look at the box and the instructions. The box for this is a thin $20 box, so this set is $30, though I think it is worth. It's a good deal, it's a good value. Now, it does have the Mandalorian up there. Now, I remember when this was revealed, I'm pretty sure they had the Darth Vader up here, so I'm not sure if they changed that or something, but very interesting. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure if this is the Mandala effect, but I'm pretty sure there was a Darth Vader up here, just the standard Darth Vader, not the Mandalorian. So that's very interesting. Just taking another look at this, it is the Mandalorian now, so that is interesting. I'm probably misremembering something, or they changed it, but that's cool. That's cool. That's the correct character. Instructions are pretty big, and at the back they do have a minifigure checklist with the image that scared all LEGO Star Wars fans. Episode 6, Luke with a blue lightsaber. Thankfully, they changed it. And then you do have an actual sets checklist for the early 2021 Star Wars wave, since some of these sets are releasing in March. I'll definitely get the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter. I may get the microfighter since I like the Luke Skywalker, but none of these other sets really interest me, and that Imperial Shuttle is not good. I would not recommend, based on what I've seen, to get that Imperial Shuttle. Save the money and get the Tatooine. But this is a review of the Trouble on Tatooine set, so let's actually talk about what I think about this set. So overall, I really do like this set. I think it is a good deal for $30. The best part is definitely that, as of now, exclusive Beskar Mando. Really awesome that they gave him arm printing in a $30 set. That's great. And it kind of makes up for the fact that there's not like another minifigure here, because that minifigure is just amazing. The other two figures are nice, and they're not game changers. I mean, for some, that Grogu is a game changer. But you do have 3 very nice builds, and each of which I would say are about $10 worth, so that rounds up to a very nice $30. I will say, the set would have been really good if they had upped the price to $40, included Cobb Vanth Speeder, as well as Cobb Vanth with the really the really deteriorated Boba Fett armor. That would have been really good, probably would have made the set just a complete package, but as it stands, this is still a really good set. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely recommend you pick this up if you're a fan of The Mandalorian. It's only $30. Sorry. Excuse me. Definitely recommend you pick this up. If you're a fan of The Mandalorian, you get an amazing Mando figure, as well as some really cool builds from the first episode of Season 2, which I really liked. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you guys later. Peace.